Yo! I made a video going over Marvel Rivals and the Vanguards that we needed the other day, and that got a whole bunch of views. Like, I am genuinely proud of how many views that has. That has like 290 something right now. I'm genuinely flabbergasted as to why that has so many. But hopefully this video will get just as many views. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, today we're going over duelists that this game absolutely needs. I started out with Vanguards because, well, honestly, we genuinely need Vanguards right now, just because, I don't know, they didn't put very many in there, and there's a lot of duelists and a lot of strategists, and not very many Vanguards, but today I thought I would go over duelists, because I do like the duelist one. I think that's probably my second favorite, character type to play. I love Vanguards though. Cannot wait for the thing to come out. But yes, today we're getting some duelists from this video. There are a lot of cool characters that I absolutely love, some that I feel like some of you may not know. But yeah, that's it. Let's jump right into the video with the first duelist that I'm going to talk about. Intro. Intro. Drop it down. Word to your mother. Let's start out with Beta Ray Bill, a character that I genuinely want to make a video all about him just one day, a full deep dive, because I love Beta Ray Bill. He is so cool. I put Surtur in the Vanguard video, and I said that he would be brought up again for someone in this video, and that's because Beta Ray Bill's planet was destroyed by Surtur. I don't know if that's every single version of his origin story, but in the one that I like the most, he is a alien species. Surtur comes down to destroy them, and he is genetically engineered to fight him, and he ends up failing and becoming a horse skulled thing in the process, to where he just looks ugly and he hates his face and everything. Odin creates him a hammer that lets him be humanoid and everything, but then it gets destroyed. It's a really cool story. I love Beta Ray Bill. He's a really cool character. He's like Thor's brother in some forms, not like actual brother, but more like a blood brother, like born upon the battle of war, like the field of war, you know what I mean? He's just really cool, and he would make an amazing duelist, especially since Thor is already a Vanguard, so let's get a version, or not really a version of Thor, but a version that would have his type of abilities as a duelist, because honestly, Beta Ray Bill is just one of my favorite characters, like look-wise and everything. He's just really cool. Next up, let's talk about Angela. This character came from the Spawn comics, but the creator of this character was actually supposed to keep the rights of it, so it ended up going to Marvel. So it was a Spawn character at first, and then went to Marvel. It's a little bit weird and a little bit contrived in how it happened and everything, but yeah, this will be the closest thing we get to a Spawn character in this, so that's honestly why I want her in this. And I have not seen very much of her in the Marvel comics, but in the Spawn comics, she is really cool. Her moveset and everything would be awesome, but this will be the Marvel version, so I don't really know a lot about her in the Marvel. I'm pretty sure she's Thor's sister, and that's all I know about her. She looks really cool even in Marvel, though, so yeah. If you know anything more about this character, please comment and tell me. I want to get into her, like, lore and everything, on the Marvel side, because I know a lot about her on the Spawn side. She wasn't in very many comics and everything, so it's a lot easier on the Spawn side of things. Next up, we have a fan favorite X-Men mutant, literally everything, just Marvel character in general. He is my favorite mutant of all time. He is number one whenever it comes to the X-Men. I love him. He would be a duelist, 100%. He would be really fast. He'd basically be Spider-Man, except with more swords and everything. They could actually put a skin in here that is him in his Spider-Man suit. I think that would be really cool. He would probably use all three swords, like two in the hands, one in the freaking got the shocker going right now. Two freaking, oh my god. Okay, two in his hands while holding one in his tail. He's the shocker of the attacking world. My god. Okay, I really hope people got that joke. It's funny. I swear it's funny. But yeah, Nightcrawler would be awesome. His ultimate would probably end up being something along the lines of Psylocke's ultimate, which would be kind of awful. I want him to have something really original, but I can't really think of anything that's super original other than Psylocke's ability, because I think that one would be perfect for him, just swooping around, hitting them all at once, like really fast and everything, like she does. But yeah, if you can think of a better ultimate, please tell me, because I want him to be really cool if they do bring him in. They've already said that Colossus and Cyclops are being brought into Marvel Rivals pretty soon. Colossus is another one that is one of my favorite X-Men, but yeah, like I said, Nightcrawler is definitely my favorite. But yeah, I just think he would be really cool duelist, just because he's literally a duelist. Like, from the meaning of the word, he's a duelist with the swords and everything. And they could give him the swashbuckler outfit where he has the captain's hat and everything on, and that would be so sick. Dude, I'd be getting my wallet out 100% if they did that. Next up, we have a character that not a lot of you are going to know. And if you do know him, you probably think he's pretty weak, because Multiverse of Madness had him, but he got killed extremely fast in a very stupid way. It was really cool how he died, but the how he died was really stupid, to be honest. And then he was also in the show Inhumans, which I'm pretty sure only got one episode. Nobody liked it. I love the Inhumans. I think they're sick. A Inhumans character is actually going to be in the video whenever I make a characters that need to be strategists in this game video. But yeah, right now we're talking about Black Bolt. He's basically just, if he whispers, it eradicates a building. If he screams, it could destroy an entire planet. He's the king of the Inhumans. If you don't know who that is, there's also Medusa. You might know her. She wears pink and she has red hair that can move on its own and everything. She's really cool. But yeah, this is a man that needs to be in here. It would be really cool to see what they did with his powers and everything. The little what's it called? Freaking the thing on his head. You clank it and it goes ding. I don't know what it's called, but he could use a small whisper as a projectile, like with that, and then like maybe it goes steadily higher and higher or something. I don't know, man. But Black Bolt is cool. He would definitely have a glide thing. I think if he opened his arms and like glides, I think that would be really cool. But yeah, Black Bolt, please bring back Black Bolt in, and please bring him into the MCU. I want more people who don't read the comics to enjoy Black Bolt. I really love Black Bolt. He's so cool. There's actually a really cool scene in World War Hulk, the comic book. It's not a cool scene for Black Bolt, because Black Bolt honestly gets he gets the crap beaten out of him constantly. But in this comic, he whispers at Hulk and sends him flying, and he slams into a mountain. But it's like World Breaker Hulk, not yet, but pretty close. And he jumps back at him, and he's like, "I came here for a scream, not a whisper." And it's just, dude, that's so badass. I love it so much. But yeah, I love Black Bolt. Black Bolt's really cool. He's been catching L's in the comics for so long, though. It's so sad. Someone in the editorial staff for Marvel hates him. Yeah, remember whenever I brought up Medusa just a second ago from the Inhumans? Yeah. Okay, yeah, here's Medusa. She would be really cool. She could honestly fill any role, to be honest, because her hair is extremely powerful. I think her walking around on her hair and everything would be really cool. Her ultimate should be the hair wrapping around her and making her a ball or something, and she can like go around. Or it just grabs him, like Groot's whole thing, like it grabs them and throws them in the air or something. That would be really cool if it just grabbed them and threw them in the air or something. That would actually be really cool. But yeah, Medusa, I want her in the game, of course, in the game. Quicksilver. Quicksilver is a character that we have seen in movies and stuff, but they've never been actual, like, from the comic book types of versions that I like, at least. I like the old man Quicksilver, like this. I like him. But yeah, let's just get Quicksilver. You know who Quicksilver is. He's a speedster, nowhere near as fast as the Flash, but whatever. Yeah, Quicksilver is a cool mutant. I like him. He was in X-Men 97. Morph turned into him once to fight a freaking cybernetic dude. I can't remember what the Sentinel dude, for a second, and he turned into Hulk too. But Quicksilver is the one I'm talking about right now, so that's what you get. Quicksilver is really cool. Like I said, though, he's just a speedster mutant. He's pretty cool. Magneto's son. There would be some cool voice lines between him and Magneto and Scarlet Witch, since she's his sister, and maybe we could get a Ultimate Universe skins for Quicksilver and Wanda if we did that, not for any weird reason. That was just a little inside joke for anyone who's read the Ultimate comics and suffered through what happens with Wanda and Quicksilver. Red Skull would be awesome. I just want Red Skull. He's a really cool villain. The movies did not do him justice, I don't think. I wouldn't say that the movies did very many of the characters justice, whenever it comes to the villains. Even Thanos, his reasoning for what he was doing was completely different than what it was in the comics and everything. But I don't know. I guess it's fine. But Red Skull would be sick. I think he would be awesome. Actually, he would be pretty cool. Let's just get him right now, please. And we need more villains in this game, man. There are not enough villains. There are a whole bunch of heroes, but not very many villains at all. We've already got Jeff the Shark as a strategist, so let's get Cosmo the Dog as a duelist. I think this would be awesome. They could do something like Zenyatta with her, or him. I can't really remember. What is this thing? Whatever, it's a dog. With them, because the tennis balls could circle around their neck and then they shoot it out with their telekinetic powers or whatever. That would be really cool. Do something like Zenyatta with it, or just do something like a normal dog biting them or something. I think anything there's so many possibilities with Cosmo though, because it's like it's got telekinetic powers. Like, that's sick. That's just awesome. And I think that the ultimate should absolutely be Cosmo going up in the air and then throwing meteors at them or something. Like, going up in the air, and they choose 3 locations that they can see, and then like a meteor shower happens in those areas, like small pocket areas. I think that would be really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff that you could do with them though. I think that would be a really cool ultimate for literally anyone though. That's just really cool. I just came up with something perfect, and I'm giving it to Marvel Rivals for free, unless they feel like paying me. Silver Surfer is another one that could be literally anything, a Vanguard, a duelist, or a strategist. But we already have Adam Warlock as a strategist, and he's like I don't know, he's another cosmic entity type of character, like his strength wise and everything. So I think Silver Surfer would be awesome as a duelist. I was thinking about Vanguard for the last video that I made like this, but I think him as a duelist would be a lot cooler. He could be a flying duelist that just kind of, flies around, zip zaps everyone with his Herald of Galactus energy. I don't know. It would just be really cool. And plus Silver Surfer, they could bring out some pretty cool skins for him. I like Silver Surfer. He looks pretty sexy. They could make him like a sexy, gleaming man. Yeah, I just like Silver Surfer, so let's get him as a duelist. Or Vanguard, because like I said, he could be literally either one of them. That's the problem with a lot of Marvel characters, though, for this game, is that they could be literally anything. Okay, let's get some love for some Spider-Man villains. The Shocker. We need Shocker. We need Shocker just for the Spider-Man scene where he goes, Shocker! Because I absolutely love that scene. It's so good. It's in like the 90s animated series. It's so good. But yeah. Yeah, Shocker's just a really cool character in general. His outfits look slick. I like his outfit. It looks awesome. And honestly, depending on what version of Shocker they use, he could be a just completely evil, just horrible person that could never be redeemed, or he could be just a good old boy southerner, that wants some money. But yeah, I don't know. He's cool. I like Shocker, and his abilities are kind of versatile whenever it comes to this game. He could do a boost where he can jump up. He could do a like a throwback thing where he pushes enemies back. He could do a lot of things. Maybe his ultimate is like basically like Venture from Overwatch 2, like with their ultimate whenever it breaks the earth and everything. You know what? Let's just take everything from Overwatch. I think that's what we should do, especially with Shocker. Just make Shocker a new Venture. Yes, that would be perfect. But yeah, Shocker, perfect duelist. I honestly don't think Shocker could be anything other than a duelist. Tombstone was going to make the Vanguard list, but I was also going to put Kingpin on there, and they're pretty similar whenever it comes to the whole mob aesthetic and everything, and being mob bosses in general. But I think Tombstone would be an amazing duelist, and I forgot to put Kingpin as a Vanguard, so count this as a little extra thing for the Vanguard video. Kingpin, Vanguard, there you go. But yeah, Tombstone, if they bring him in as a duelist, I would love to play as Tombstone. He's really cool. He's like an albino black dude, and he has such good villainy. I love him. Spectacular Spider-Man, the not this comic cover right here, but the actual animated show. If you've seen that, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's an awesome villain. He is overshadowed by Green Goblin a little bit in that show because Green Goblin has him absolutely pissing his pants in a couple scenes where he just throws grenades at him and everything. But other than that, he's swaggerlicious. You know what I'm saying? He's got swagger for days. Sexy man. And honestly, how many albino people does comics have? Let's get some diversity in this game, okay? Albino people are people too. They're just like vampires. Oh my god, it's a vampire season. Bring albino people in so that everyone knows that they're vampires. I'm a horrible person. I have the pictures I'm using for this video in a completely different order because I have this one at the end and the one that I'm using for the end now, right before this. So yeah, I'm gonna do this one because I'm saving the best for last. Gambit. Yeah, he's a duelist. He's another character that literally could not be anything else. He's not hunky enough to be a vanguard, and he's not helpful enough to be a strategist. He's a duelist all the way through, and that's a good thing. I think that he would be a really cool one with his staff and everything. Maybe he makes it. There's a ability to where anything he hits blows up with some AOE damage after it, gets hit. I think that would be cool. His staff as a weapon would be really cool. His ultimate, just a full-on, kind of like Dead by Daylight with the Trickster. I know this video is going to hit people that aren't fans of Dead by Daylight because it's a Marvel Rivals video and it's not going to be pointed at people who like Dead by Daylight, but it's fine. If you know who the Trickster is in Dead by Daylight, he just gets a fully automatic fire of daggers. Just give him a full auto attack with his cards and they blow up with a little bit of small AoE damage, and that would be sick. Make it to where you can take down an entire tank if you hit him with all of them, but if you just do it, just a few of them, it does pretty good damage. I think that would be cool. That would be a really cool move for him, actually. I like that. I'm awesome. I'm just giving Marvel Rivals free advice right here. Brother Voodoo is our last one. And I know there's going to be a lot of people in the comments. Well, maybe not, depending on how many views this gets compared to the last one. The last one got 299. No, I already said that, but I'm extremely proud of that. I did good with that video. Or, I don't know, the algorithm is throwing it at more people than it usually does. It usually hates me, but whatever. Brother Voodoo, also known as Dr. Voodoo. A lot of people are probably going to say that if people see this. But yeah, no, we don't call him Dr. Voodoo in this household. It's Brother Voodoo. He only becomes Dr. Voodoo whenever he's Sorcerer Supreme, which he always should be. He's 20 times better than Doctor Strange, 50 times the man he'll ever be. I love Brother Voodoo. We stand Brother Voodoo in this house. He is so cool. His name says it all. He's voodoo instead of regular stupid hocus pocus magic like freaking Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is a loser compared to Brother Voodoo. I love him. God, I love him. Dude, look at him. His character design is perfect. Everything about him is amazing. Maybe it's just that his suit reminds me of Spawn. That's why I love him so much. But it's also his character and everything. I love him so much. And he's also the same type of thing as Doctor Strange, where basically any magic character, because magic is so versatile, and especially Brother Voodoo's, he has used a ton of damage, defense, and healing magic throughout his comic book history, but so has Doctor Strange, so that's fine. But they could be literally anything, and that goes for basically any magic character, except I think Doctor Strange should have been a strategist, because he's a literal doctor. It just seems like a cool little character thing they could have done where he does healing instead of anything else because he's still a doctor and like still wants to cure people and everything. I think that would be cool, but whatever. They made him a massive hunky man, but Brother Voodoo is sexy whether he's a vanguard or not, so I think he should be a duelist, and then they can do another magic person for strategist at some point. But Brother Voodoo as duelist would be so cool. I might do a full video talking about what his abilities and stuff should be, but I think his staff should be the main attack. And then there's so much stuff you could do with him, though, because the voodoo gods and everything that he's messed with in the comics and everything are just, he's messed with a lot of magic, and it's really cool, and I like him. I just like him, man. He's just cool. I don't know, he's just neat, man. But yeah, he's the last one. Please tell me that you like him too. I can't be the only one. But yeah, I know that last one was a little bit disjointed and strange. That's because Brother Voodoo is just one of my favorite Marvel characters in general, and I love him. And whenever I start talking about him, I go on a little small rant about how cool he is. But yeah, I don't know. This is all the duelists I think should be in here. There's obviously a lot more. Marvel has a huge amount of characters. There's been a thing where people are like, "Oh, what if they run out of characters since they've used all the really cool ones?" No, no, dude. They've used all the ones from the MCU already. That's not even scratching the surface of the amount of characters Marvel has. I'm not even a Marvel fanboy. I am much, much more of a DC fanboy, even though most of my favorite comic book characters come from Image Comics and Marvel Comics, and only a few come from DC. But whatever, that's besides the point. Uh, yeah, that Marvel Rivals is not going to run out of characters anytime soon. To be honest, I mean, come on, that's not going to happen. But yeah, I don't know. This is a cool little video. Tell me what duelists you think should be in Marvel Rivals, and if you have any deep cuts or whatever it's called, freaking whatever it's called, to where you think that someone who's lesser known should be in here, then please comment it. I love hearing about new comic book characters, especially if they're weird and wacky. But yeah, I don't know. Duelists, they're pretty cool. Go watch my Vanguard video if you like this one, even if you didn't, because you know, like I said, it's at 299 views right now. I'm better than everyone. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe if you liked it, and even if you didn't. And like I said, comment, tell me everything that you want to tell me. Tell me if you like Brother Voodoo. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear people say they like Brother Voodoo. But yeah, do all that stuff that I just said. I'm bad at doing the exits to these videos. So as always, see ya.